What's up, everybody? Claro Manzano here in behalf of Claudia Perrine. Episode 98, if I am right.
Wow.
But oh my gosh, we got a great guest, of course, for the weekend. It felt like an eternity since our last one. So
It's a
excited pa
Saturday,
ako.
yeah. It's a
Yeah.
Saturday today
So
too.
let's hope I don't forget anything sa excited ako. Napaka-excited ako. You know, I
You
miss stuff when we're excited, right?
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Right? Because we're talking
That's
about
okay.
restaurants also later. We're doing a draft with Charlie
Oh
Beaton.
yeah. We
But
had to we had to
I'm
name our list
go ahead.
already because it was pretty hard to I think off the fly to think of these restaurants, but we're
Right.
excited for that. We're
And
excited for
let's put that at the back of our heads and we'll save it for later. Guys, make sure to stay tuned for that. But okay, to bring in our guest, let's bring in Charlie Beaton, of course, of Maharlika FC. There you go. Hey,
Hello,
Charlie.
everyone. Hello.
Hey
Thank you for
Charlie.
having me. Thank you for having me.
It's a
Of
pleasure.
course.
Right. Thanks for coming on the show. How's life as of late? What you up to? You got a long break, right? You and Maharlika FC.
Yeah, life as of late, it's been quite busy actually. I've been seeing the football's back. The kids are back playing also, so been pretty busy with coaching, also training myself, trying to keep fit and compete for the Copa. So it's been pretty busy.
Mm-hmm. And let's get this out of the way. Our buddy Pat Mendoza, he was a fan, of course, of one of your former clubs, Meralco. He's saying, "Hello,
Oh,
guys, I'm back," and he's saying "Yancy" with a
yeah.
gazillion
See,
exclamation
Yes.
points. Right?
He's excited. Welcome back, Pat. Good to hear
Yes,
from you
Pat.
again.
hello there, Pat. Long time.
Okay. He mentioned Yancy. I want to get this out of the way. Why does your jersey say Yancy at the back and not Charlie, not Beaton, not Charlie Yancy Beaton? Right.
Uh, well, basically, Charlie Yancey is my first name.
Yes.
It's just straight my first name. Yancey was actually a name that my mother uh, gave me. So um, obviously, you guys don't know about the full story about my mother. She passed away when I was really young. So I like to put Yancey at the back of my name, just as uh, a little tribute to her for naming me after it, not that name. And also, I think it's a bit different to Beaton. I think I'm not sure. I'm not too comfortable with the name Beaton. It sounds a bit too plain for me. Not too English, if you know what I mean. I want some Filipino, some
A
Filipino
Yancy.
flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yancy. Right. Okay. And then Enrique, our buddy, of course, he spoke with us off air. He goes, "That's some Gilmar hair, of course."
No,
You
no.
team is, in
Yeah,
global, right?
CB.
yeah.
Great
I think he's just
observation.
jealous. I think he's just
Uh,
jealous.
okay, Enrique, you're jealous of Charlie's hair. Next time I'll give you a call. I expect to see some Gilmar Yancey hair, okay? See, Enrique. Hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for tuning in. So, all right, man. You mentioned coaching, right? We're
Yes.
learning more. What clubs are you coaching with? Coaching kids.
I've actually only just got back into coaching. I was doing a bit of coaching for Loyola actually with Coach Roxy. That didn't really work out actually as of recently, the past few days. But I've recently just joined Makati FC. Um, Pretty sure you know Makati FC. They've been around. The academy's been around for a while. Salu's academy. Um, Actually, today was my second day coaching, so
Mhm.
he was very welcoming, and it was nice to be a part of a big academy, especially for how long he's had that academy for. So I'm excited to keep working.
What age group are you handling?
At the moment, yesterday I just assisted with the under nines, and today I took a session with I think around 8 kids of the under 15s that were there. So for now, I'm not actually designated with an
Mhm.
age group right now. I'm just kind of floating around to see what Selu has planned for me. He's still trying to, I think, figure out the the spots for the coaches. Because obviously the YFL is coming up, so I'm assuming there's going to be a team that's going to need a coach. So
Right. And that's a big role, being a teacher of grassroots football, of course. So it's
yeah,
great to
yes,
see that you're doing that too. Beyond you as a pro. And yes, Enrique confirmed he is
Who is
jealous
jealous?
of your hair. Okay. So, Enrique, catch you with your hair soon, okay? So, anyway, sige. You know, it's great to see life's back, right, Claudia?
Oh
Charlie.
gosh, yeah.
Of course, football's
Oh
back. So,
yes.
what is a day of Charlie Beaton like?
Uh,
With the mask still on, of
well,
course, because we're still careful.
uh,
You never
yeah,
know, right?
still
It's
careful.
yeah,
Still very
very tough.
careful. Well, I usually like to start my day early. I mean, most of my training sessions are 7, 6 a.m. I usually have training session first. I'd come home, eat, have a bit of lunch, rest up, maybe take a nap if I have enough time, and then go straight to coaching. Coaching is usually 4 p.m., depending on what day. Usually, when I was coaching before at Loyola, it was near enough every day. Um, but with Makati at the moment, we're just doing weekends. So the more the better, I guess. Um, we'll see with that, really. Still trying to adjust to the schedules, really.
Right, right. It's kind of weird because your pandemic stuff we're starting to mix up with like normal stuff again. So I think that's a challenge for some people. But Claudia, before we get to you, let's brush a bit in the Copa, Charlie. How's it? You
Yes.
guys played like a tough schedule already. How do you assess the team's performance so far?
Um,
Maharlika, of course.
I mean, I think we could have done better in the last game, obviously. I think we had a good chance to play to take ADT, bring the game to ADT. But obviously, unfortunately, it just didn't really plan out. But um, I think the boys, I mean, on paper, we're not probably the best team and not the team that people will be looking at. But one thing I can actually say is that the boys, myself and the boys, we always fight into the final whistle. And I think that's proven. I mean, our win against Mendiola, we had 10 men and we were
Oh, that
defending
game
the
was
whole game.
crazy. That game
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
crazy.
so it was a, it was. I think that game really showed what we were about.
the
But I
grit.
think even the last game, I mean, I came on just after half time and we got one goal. Kim scored one goal, and then we kind of started taking the game to ADT. I think if we could have
Mhm.
done that a bit earlier, we would have got a better result. But
Yeah.
that's football, I guess. You just have to keep moving on.
Right. And 3 points off the top four. So it's really close. It's going to be a
Really
crazy
close.
ending for everyone. The fans are going to love it. I think it will pump up the players more, but I don't know if there's a bit of that. Oh, damn. This is pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? But Claudia, on to
Um,
you. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
no, I think it's good pressure to be honest. I mean, I'm not sure about some of the other players, but I enjoy the kind of pressure like that. It's good
Hmm.
pressure. It's a good kind of. I mean, it's better than trying like fighting for relegation. So it's a good kind of pressure. I think.
Keeps you chugging, of course.
Yeah, of course, hundred
Yeah.
percent.
For sure. Yeah.
Claudia?
Yeah, the game that you guys played with 10 men, that's when the two brothers scored, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Gino
that's
and
good. Miggy. And Gino just came
yeah,
in, I think, for a sub, and then he scored the goal
yeah.
like in like
It
10,
was his first touch. Yeah,
10
First
it
touch.
was
seconds.
his first
That's
touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
that was crazy. It was first, and then it was funny because there was that meme where there's the brothers,
Like
the
that.
spider. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
they
done
keep,
well. Done well. Yeah.
Actually, when they were doing it, I was actually really confused. I was like, what are they doing? Then the next day, I looked online and then saw all the memes. I saw a PFL posting the memes. I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay, I get it. So I was a bit late to that.
yeah, they were
I'm sure
pointing
they
at each
spoke.
other.
They spoke about it. Uy, mag-Spider-Man tayo kung may goal.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was funny because he just got subbed in, and then like after 10 seconds he scored, or how many, it
yeah.
was a good
It
goal
was a
to
few
see. Yeah.
seconds. Yeah, it was a few seconds. Actually, it actually came from my corner. Um, I
Oh,
actually
nice.
thought I actually thought I messed it up. Really, I thought I overshot it. And I mean, if you watch the replay back, you could actually hear me go like in anger, like in myself, and then the ball just went over and right onto Gino's head, and I
Oh
was just like
wow.
kind of in shock, like oh, it went in, and then it was a bit of a late reaction for myself to be honest.
So the wasn't because oh wow, it was a good corner, but because
Yeah,
we're like, oh
no,
no.
I was like, no, and then I see it go in. I was like, oh yes, and then it was like kind of a late reaction.
Love that feeling,
Yeah,
Turns out well in the end,
Yeah,
despite the bad follow through or the motions.
yeah, that's right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Charlie, obviously from the accent, you grew up in England, etc. Your mom is Filipino, you mentioned earlier, but why stick to football? What made you gravitate to football, or who influenced you?
Ooh, um, to be honest, football. I mean, in England, football is always going to be around you. I think when I got to high school, I think I was 12 years old. Um, I call him my cousin, but he's actually not my cousin. He's a family friend, very close
Mhm.
family friend. His name was Liam. He's probably not watching this, but he was basically like an older cousin to me. Um, very good at football. I mean, very, very good at football. And he used to always make me go to the five-a-side courts after football. I mean, after school, sorry, and basically just train with him and just kind of got into it. I used to love playing five-a-side, and then I used to always love watching the football, the Premier League on the weekend.
Right.
And so football was just basically in my blood, really. It's everywhere. I think most British people would say that football is just it's basically life in England.
Oh
Right, yeah.
yes. Oh goodness.
Yeah,
So the EPL. So who do you support?
I
Watford,
support
Watford.
Chelsea.
Oh, you have Watford?
No,
Chelsea.
I'm a
Chelsea.
Chelsea fan.
Okay.
I'm a
Oh,
Blues fan. Yeah,
okay.
I'm a
We're
Blues fan.
rivals. I support
Yeah.
Arsenal. So
Oh no! Actually, all my friends support Arsenal. All my friends from England support Arsenal because I'm actually kind of near from like it's near like West Ham, Arsenal kind of side.
yeah.
So a lot of my friends support West Ham and Arsenal. The only reason I support Chelsea is because of my father. He supports Chelsea, so he'd
Hmm.
always buy me a Chelsea top, a Chelsea jersey when I was a
Right.
little small kid, and then basically just watching them from growing up. So I just kind of stuck with them.
And who are you supporting? Like any particular player in Chelsea? John Terry,
Uh, I like
Lampard.
at the moment I like Mason Mount. He's a Chelsea kid from the academy, and he's made a name for himself. So I enjoy watching him. He reminds me of Frank Lampard himself. Basically a
Hey.
new reincarnation. I always say.
Oh, really?
You love
Nice.
those
Mm,
reincarnations of people looking back.
yeah,
Nostalgic. Right.
Okay. Yeah. So you were. So were you born in England or were you born in the Philippines and then?
I was born in the Philippines. I was born in Cavite. Actually, my mother is from Cebu.
Okay.
I don't have too much mm, too much knowledge on my background because my mother passed away when I was very young, and so my father basically brought me back home to England,
Right.
and I was raised by my grandmother for the rest of my life. To be honest. So it was a good experience though. I was lucky to be brought up there. Some of the experiences that I had there, and basically the education I had there, especially the football education, I was very lucky.
Hmm. But you always had roots here. I mean, you would like. Would you fly back home?
Yes,
Get to the
yes.
Philippines?
When I was really young, I used to fly back and forth with my father, but I was really young. Actually, I think from 2 years old to 5, and then when I was 5, my grandmother actually moved to Spain, and we
Okay.
lived in a small village in Valencia, um, Ballones it was called. It was a small village. So from 5 to 10 years old, I lived there, and then 10 years old, I moved back to England. So
Right.
and ever since England, so 10 to 19, I stayed in England, and I moved here when I was 19 years old.
So Valencia. So you did follow Valencia.
Or are they your team
Actually,
in Spain?
Yeah.
La Liga.
not too much. No, not too much because all I remember too much like from those memories were just if Valencia won, everyone would be honking their horns around the village, going crazy. That's all I really I didn't really watch too much football when I was until I was like around 10, 11, really.
Hmm.
All right. And live. And the football matches there are crazy if you watch live. Huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're very passionate. Very very
Yeah.
passionate. They're,
It could be a
they're,
bit
they're probably
scary.
as passionate as the English, to be honest. Probably
Oh,
the
is there?
same. I mean, they're
The
Yeah.
very, yeah,
Spanish. Yeah.
very, very similar.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great place to get your football education, right?
Oh gosh.
You're
Yeah.
in
Very good
you're
place,
in
especially
Spain.
tech.
UK.
Yeah, especially with technically. Um, I mean, the play. I mean, you can tell the players that come from there are very technical. So I'd actually
Yeah.
like. Actually, the Spain. I would love to play in Spain actually one day, maybe. This is a very. I think it's my type of football. A lot of small players,
Mm,
very technical players.
Yeah.
Like to move the ball around. It's kind of very similar to my play. So
right.
Not
Do
the
you speak the
bumping into
language?
each other.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
correct. Not the
Asian
physical.
Asian style, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Right. You get the Philippine elbow, the Siko. Yes, Claudia,
Oh
you were
yeah,
saying.
No, yeah, you could do that. No, but you run fast though, Charlie. I mean, like
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
that's your
yeah,
advantage.
yeah, you run like fast. I'm like, he was just there like 2 seconds ago. He's in the other side now. It's like
yeah.
it's fun.
I think the first 5 meters I'm pretty quick. And if you can't catch me in the first 5 meters, I don't think you're gonna catch me. That's just that's just my opinion anyway.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
I'll
And
say,
it
say,
is,
Claudia.
yeah, it goes fast. No, no, I was gonna say my last question was, you speak Spanish, or a
Oh,
little bit?
I did actually before. I haven't studied it, but I was actually fluent for a bit. I mean, when I was 5 to 10, but
Interesting.
Oh wow.
once I was 10 years old, I went back to England. I literally just stopped speaking Spanish. So I think if I took lessons, it would come back to me very fast. Like some
Yeah.
words are just even some of the Filipino words that remind me
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
a lot of Spanish. So it kind of clicks into that.
Yeah. Maybe when you go back to Spain, yeah, it'll come back naturally.
Right, you know.
Yeah.
That's right.
If ever you get to do
Well,
that, Pat. Right.
we have a comment. Should we show it,
Oh,
Carl?
let's go to the comments, right?
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
Go.
Love him,
Let's
love
show
him.
this one
You want to
from
go
one
ahead in
of
the
your
comments, Claudia?
teammates. You're a teammate.
Yeah, Javi
Javi
Coscolhuela.
Cosculluela.
Hair on point. Okay, so it's two guys for the hair now. So it's Javi, then it's Enrique. Enrique is jealous,
Yeah.
he confirmed, right? So I don't know if Javi
No,
is also jealous. If you want to be
no,
like,
Javi's not jealous. Javi's not
you like
jealous.
Charlie's hair?
He appreciates it. He appreciates it.
Okay. Because if you give a comment on the hair, then that means maybe people want to have it too. Okay, that's just my opinion again, right? Yeah. Let's go on with the other comments, Claudia.
Yeah, we have
Dame.
friend of the pod.
London man.
Carlos. Yes.
Yeah.
Carson the
Carson.
legend. What a legend.
Yes.
And then he also said that
Carson works with us behind the scenes, of course, of the show. Yes. Yes. Speed Flash.
That was his nickname for me.
Okay.
speed flash. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you you do run really fast, like
Uh-huh.
really really fast. And
Yeah.
of course,
No, thank
Pat,
you.
love it. You're leading.
Yeah, this is referring to Chelsea.
Yeah. Here, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
London is blue.
London is blue.
That's all I have to say.
Uh-huh. I think we got another one, still the flashy.
Yeah.
I think Pat was talking to Carson here in the comments. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
So
Yeah,
the
they were
flashy
talking
Yancy.
to each other.
Carson.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh
Is
wait, there you
Ryan
go.
Jarvis also saying that London is blue? Okay. So that's Chelsea like you.
That's,
Like you,
that's my
Charlie.
roommate. That's my roommate there.
Oh, is it really? Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. He's upstairs right now. He's upstairs.
Okay. So I guess the Wi-Fi is working for streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For his comment.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So I mentioned Watford earlier when we were mentioning teams, right? Am I right? I think it was Carson was
Yeah.
telling me.
You did.
You played for them at the youth level, and that's a prestigious academy, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I learned a lot there. It was I was only there for 2 years, but the experience I had there and the coaching I had there was second to none. To be honest with you, I think that's where I learned a lot in the 2 years about football.
Mhm.
I think not just football in terms of technical ability and all of that. I think just being a professional, it was very professional there, and I felt like a professional at a young age. So I feel like that really helped me translate to be a professional to who I am now.
Mhm. What age groups were you with Watford? Yeah.
Under 18s and 19s.
Okay, I was already at that stage where you have to transition, start
Yeah,
doing that
yeah.
adulting stuff. So
Yeah.
that's why you
Yeah.
mentioned all the stuff they taught you off the
Mhm.
pitch. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
after that, was it, oh, you're going to the Philippines already? What was the next step?
Well, basically, I I did it like a small commercial with Nike,
Oh.
and the Nike Academy coach was there. Um, I stood out. I'm not sure if it's on YouTube anymore actually, but I won man of the match. I got the cleats for the boots before they even come out, so I got that for free. I actually got to meet Christian Eriksen. But he was telling me to come to the Nike Academy trials. So I had that as an option, which wasn't a guarantee because I already knew that I wasn't getting the contract at Watford. So I had that. I also had thinking about going to the States for a college, maybe thinking about that. But then actually, because some of my Watford teammates, they actually represented their countries. Um, One represented Albania, the other teammate represented Montserrat from, I think it's in the Caribbean somewhere. Basically, they just told me to contact the federation. So I tried to go on Facebook, contact as many people as I can. And the one person that actually got back to me was, I'm pretty sure you know their name, but Matthew and Mark Hartman, their father.
Yes.
Darren Hartman also, yeah, their father.
Everyone knows the Hartmans, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all legends to be honest.
Agree.
And
Second.
I appreciate them actually for the opportunity they gave me. But his dad was said to me, come down to Southampton. I actually took a train to Southampton and stayed in one of basically the club that I was playing for. It was like a semi-professional club, and I was staying in the chairman's house. They had like an attached room where I'd stay there. I think I stayed there for like a month, and like he just watched me play. And I played for the under 23s, and I played for the first team, just for the preseason. And then I remember on the train home, I'm getting a phone call from Armand Del Rosario, Anton's brother. And he was the general manager. He was the general manager of Marca, and he's calling me up, offering me a contract. So I couldn't say no, really. I mean, I always felt like I wanted to come back here to what I call home. So I thought it was just a sign for me to go back. And if it was an opportunity to represent the country, then I'll take it.
Right. So wait, you went to Southampton, so you played exactly for their club over there, just to.
No, yeah, it was a club called Blackfield and Langley. It was just like a semi-professional club that.
Oh, there you go.
His father, I think his father was like, I'm not sure if he was running it. He wasn't the coach, but they were like affiliated. And then basically I played there for a month. During preseason, played some of the 23s and played with the first team. I impressed, and then that's where I actually first time I met Darren. Darren gave me a few sessions one-on-one. Obviously, he must have been impressed, and they told Matthew and told Armand. So next thing I know, I'm on the flight to the Philippines.
Oh wow, that
Be a
fast.
miracle
So-
spark. Right.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at the squad, and I see Phil and James, young husband. We've got Great Riches there, so I was pretty excited to be honest.
And that
To
up
be
and coming
around
guy
there.
right next to them, Yancey, is someone to look for,
Yeah.
right? Yancey on the jersey.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
of course. All right. So I know. Before we carry on, right? So we're at that stage already. Where you jumped ship back home. Some comments. So Carson confirmed, yes, speed
Yeah, we-
flash. Okay.
We showed that
yes.
already.
Okay. My bad. And then here. Hey,
Yeah, we
wait,
showed
hold
that
up,
as well.
hold up. I think it's Peter. There.
There you go.
There. Blue is a color. There's a
It's
lot
not
of blue, blue hearts are getting me.
Yeah.
I don't know, misjudging the
Yeah.
comments here. And it's-
A lot of
Peter.
Chelsea fans.
A lot of Chelsea. It seems
Chelsea
like
fans
it.
Mhm.
and Charlie fans.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yes. They go
There's a
hand
lot.
in hand.
There
I
is a lot.
believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We do have a question. I think that there
Yes,
you go.
from Pat. Who do you idolize during your Watford days? Would you see someone train in the first team or in the older age groups while you were there? This guy's like, oh wow, he might be the next thing.
The next thing, I'll tell you
Or
what.
someone you looked up
There
to.
was not. He's younger than me, but his name was going around everywhere at the academy, and it was Jadon Sancho. He was at Watford for a bit. The one that plays for Man United now. You know Jadon Sancho.
Oh, he's there right
Yeah,
now.
his name. Yeah, he's at Man United right now. But he
Man.
was in the Watford youth at the same time as me, and he obviously he was younger than me, but his name was really going around. And then I think a few years later he signed for Man City, the
Wow.
youth, and then he obviously went to Dortmund, did his thing in Dortmund. Now he's back in Man United. So he's a good player actually. To be fair.
I think this is a picture of yourself in Watford. Yes. No, you're just
Actually,
Number
telling
yeah,
about it.
Number
we was actually in a cup here in Lanzarote. We played
right.
a team. We played like a three-way tournament with two Lanzarote teams,
Uh huh.
which was very fun. Very fun actually. Quite a few fans there, and obviously the weather was different, hot.
Yep.
But it was nice. It felt like a vacation, but at the same time, it was, we were there for business.
I see
Of
the
course.
hairstyle is not changing. Huh?
It's not the Gilmar hair Enrique
Yeah.
was mentioning, right?
Mohawk.
Yeah,
Mohawk.
I've always had that tendency to try to stand out.
With the hair. With the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
of course with the hair.
I mean, it's good for branding, right? So I'm excited for the next tournament. What will Charlie's hair be? So that's something I'm looking forward to. No,
I'm,
keep us guessing.
I
Keep
won't
us
tell.
guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly,
don't worry.
exactly. Yeah, you can even come back on the podcast, guys. This is my hair for the season.
Yeah.
Just do a quick, I don't know, quick reveal, and Javi goes, bring back that hair, Chaz.
No.
I think that's. I heard a no. I heard Charlie give
I
a
think
no.
I think some people wouldn't be happy with that. So we'll
All
see.
right.
Have you
Right.
watched Hook? You know that movie Hook? The one with
No, I
Dustin
haven't.
Hoffman? He had a
No,
he had
no,
a one of the
Oh, is it? Yeah. I
Crazy
think I've seen
Is
it.
it the one of Peter Pan? So
Yeah, what's his name? Rufio, I think.
Rufio. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Actually, I've been called that before when I had that hairstyle. So from family,
Really?
friends. Yeah. I've actually been called that.
He's Pinoy.
Which is
He's
pretty
Filipino.
Ah, yeah.
guy
Oh,
who
he
just-
is.
Yes, the guy who.
Oh no!
portrayed him.
Oh, no wonder.
There you go. So
Okay.
you got his hairstyle as well, huh?
Uh huh. You know, Filipino, so mamaya, ano, the guy might be your cousin or something, as Filipinos are always cousins with each other one way around, right? So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's carry on. That was a picture there. Okay. You're just talking about Phil, James, Great Witches, all those guys. So you're in Meralco.
Yeah.
How was it? Stepping off the airport, or maybe first stepping on
Oh.
the field. How was it? Man, the weather is crazy.
It was.
What is
It was.
Yeah.
First thing I came out of the airport, I just thought it was hot. I remember going to Matthew Hartman's house and I took a cold shower. That's the first thing I did because it was so hot. But I think I've gotten used to the heat over the past years, so it's not too bad at the moment. So, especially, I mean, unless it's in the middle of the day, that's very tiring. But I've gotten used to it, I think.
Right.
It gets really hot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insanely hot.
How was it though in the field training? How's the atmosphere? Them welcoming you, you adjusting to
Morocco.
Asian football.
It was good because actually I'd probably say Morocco is one of the teams that I actually most enjoyed my time with. A lot of players are there. I mean, you can even tell everyone in that picture right now that you can see, except from the goalkeeper, is British. So it was a lot of Brits, and we had Simon McMenemy as our coach, another Brit. So it was very. The culture was very British, but at the same time, we had a few Americans and some locals. So it was a good mix, but it was mostly British. So it was fun. I gotta say, the first year at Morocco was a lot of fun. I think maybe I took it for granted a bit too much, also, because when I first came here, I thought I was very young and naive, just like kind of taking everything for granted. But when I see it now, it was a good time at Morocco. Very good time, I must say. I had very good memories there.
Right.
Did you
On and off the field.
You get along with the lads, right?
Yeah,
Which we'll
you have
get
to
to.
Yeah.
balance things out,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Did you know about the young husbands coming into playing in Morocco or?
I heard
found out on the
about
spot,
them because
Yeah.
I heard about them because obviously they came from Chelsea. But when I actually found out, because I actually I only knew that they played for the Philippines. And then when I got my contract sent to me, I looked up the team and I see Phil, James, and Husband. I'm just like, okay, this could be very interesting actually. So I was really excited, to be honest, very excited. Actually, I remember the first week. I was sitting in the condo. It was like the first week I was here. I was finished training and I was just sitting down on my phone, and I'm like going on YouTube, and I just see Phil pop up on a clear, like the
Yeah.
That was
clear.
the time, right?
I was like, yeah, and I was like, wait, I was just with this guy. So it was like, it was a good time, man. It was a very good time, to be honest.
And then they had the clear dream match and stuff. Guys like Fabio
Yeah,
Cannavaro
yeah.
came.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Actually,
Go
I
ahead,
came
Charlie.
just after that, so I was.
Okay.
I came just after that, so I was kind of disappointed to miss out on that. Especially to me,
Oh.
like, didn't they play like David Beckham, or am I wrong? Or is that that was the
played-
Ascals, right?
They played Beckham like a year before. Yeah. Ascals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's it's a shame I missed out on that. But
How old were you in this photo?
it's all right. I was there. I believe I was 19 or 20.
Oh, still young.
Okay. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Totoy hits, as we say. Right.
Yeah.
That's Totoy, Charlie.
Yeah.
The boy hits.
Mhm. Well, right behind you, Skirt Dizon, Carson and
Yeah.
Pat were telling me
Yes.
about the London lads. I think there's 4 of you. Am I right? Could you tell
Yeah,
me about
there's-
this?
there's
It's
4
like
of
your
us.
crew, your good friends, all Filipinos, right?
Yeah. We're all from London and we're all Filipinos, and we're still actually quite close friends now. We still speak most days. It's me, Jarrell, Arista Renas in the picture right now.
Yes, in the picture.
Alvin, well, that's Josh Gorman. He's Australian. We don't like him. I'm joking. No, I got love for Josh as well. I speak to Josh as well, even up to now. But the London boys was me, Jarrell, Alvin Sarmiento, and Kurt. But yeah, I mean, I think that was just because we were the young lads at the club, and I mean we were all from London, so I think maybe that was the reason why we've been called the London lads or whatever we was called.
Okay, so that's your crew. Where do you go after Meralco? I know you're really experienced in the local scene. So, what were the
Kaya.
other teams? Kaya. Right.
Kaya,
Looked like
yeah.
a great time too. We played AFC Cup. Went to
Yes.
played against JDT. I think away.
Yes,
So that's
yes.
some experience. Crazy crowd.
A very, very good experience. In terms of football, it was probably one of the best experience, probably the best experience I've had so far. I mean, I remember going to the stadium and walking out to the pitch, not even just to warm up. Did you know when you expect the pitch 3 hours before the kickoff? Those fans, they're already shouting, and it was an unbelievable atmosphere. Even just warming up, and you do a trick or something, or even a nice shot, the crowd would react to it, and it's just like it's different. It's a different level.
Yeah, you can feel it. Here's you with OJ, of course, back in your Kaya days.
OJ. Actually, OJ told me. I told OJ to share the link for this, and he said only if you tell everyone how much you love me. So
Okay,
this
the
opportunity to
floor
tell
is yours.
tell everyone-
I'm
yeah.
gonna hide myself real quick. You can talk about. No, I'm kidding. But yes, of course, you can talk about it if you want. Here's the
No,
photo.
it's okay. I'll just give him a shout out. I'll give OJ a shout out.
We got that later. Don't worry. Yes. So, how many years in Kaya? You were in Meralco for how long? And then Kaya, the stints.
Both Morocco, when I first arrived, it was the cup, and then I did a whole season with them, so it was just over a year, and then with Kaya a year and a half.
Okay.
Right, and then
1 year and a half.
after that, we had. I don't know. I think you did stints in a number of teams also. You had
Uh,
Global. You had Ilocos. Am I missing anything else? Right? It's like
I played for I left Kaya halfway through the first PFL season. I joined Ilocos for 6 months. Then I joined, obviously, Ilocos, they got disbanded. Then I joined JP Volters,
yes.
a good club also, but I wasn't really happy on where I was playing in my playing time, so I ended up leaving. Then that's when I joined Global. the first year or so was very good. Actually, I think I played very well, and obviously we all know what happened to Global, so I'm not gonna really go into that right now.
Yeah, you had the ups, you had the downs, of course.
Yeah,
Tough
yeah.
stretch,
When it
man.
was down, it was very down though. So,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
actually, this picture here was against Kaya in the first Copa
Who's the one in the
Paulino
ground?
Alcantara.
Forgot who it was, but this is
It's the
this was a
keeper.
big goal from Charlie.
Yeah.
It's quite an iconic goal in the
Yeah,
semis, if I recall correctly.
I
Also a
think it
crazy game
was.
between the
Yeah, very
two
good game.
guys.
3-3.
Yeah.
We drew 3. I think it was still in the group stage.
Hmm.
On this one, okay.
Okay, not the semis then. All right.
And
Yeah.
and you don't have much tattoos on that side of your arm, do you?
The tattoos.
Yeah,
Let's bring
I
it
have to. I
on.
have
All
to.
right, come
I have to
on.
bring it back.
Go
I have to
ahead.
bring.
Yeah.
I love your
Perfect
tattoo.
timing.
There you go.
Okay.
How old
Let's
were you when you
sweep
first
away the
started
agenda.
getting a
Yeah.
tattoo?
My
What
first
was it?
tattoo, I was 16. I was
Nice.
16 years old. I got my sleeve. I did this whole thing. I
Right.
think when I was 22, 23. I
Right.
finished it. 23 years old. But I went through a phase where if I get one, I just kept getting more and more.
Oh, I know
I
it.
was
It's
getting
addicting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Everyone
addicting. Yeah,
just that,
Yeah.
right? All the
very
tattoo
addicting.
people
Yeah.
have that
Oh
in
gosh.
Yeah.
common,
Yeah. It
right?
is
And then
addicting.
when you finally get it, I found myself looking in the mirror every 5 seconds, like, not too bad.
Any Filipino design or
Yeah, you can flash in the screen and
um,
this and that.
I have this. Oh, it's a bit.
That's in the shoulder.
So
Ah, there.
yeah, so it's my
Oh,
mother.
damn.
oh wow.
It's my
Crazy
mother,
design.
but it's the Filipino sun
Nice.
and stars.
I see it. Your
With
mom's in
the
the middle of
background.
the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Nice.
and
nice.
then
Great
you
tribute.
you got the stairs coming up, like the stairs to heaven. That's
Oh,
about it. And then I
did you
got all
design it?
different. Yeah, I did it myself.
Oh wow. Also, you could draw. You could.
Oh no
Sketch.
no no no! I mean, I picked. No, I didn't
Oh,
design it. It was my idea, and then
yeah, yeah. Okay,
No.
conceptualize
Yeah.
it and all that.
You
Okay.
Yeah,
tell them
yeah,
to do it, right?
yeah.
Okay.
All I did was just do it.
Okay.
That's nice.
How,
That was it.
so that is the tattoo that means most. Are there other tattoos with so much meaning to you? I mean, everything has their story.
No,
right? It's just mainly
this
that,
was
of
probably
course.
the. Yeah.
Of course.
of course.
I
I
love
think
tribute
my
to
whole
them.
arm is actually it all aligns to to my mother, so I think that's probably the most important to me.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
really great.
you were close, yeah.
Yeah. So you have your name at the back that you wear, that your mom gave you, and then you have the
Yeah.
tattoo.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very
So that,
beautiful.
Hmm.
yeah, it's a great tribute, of
Yeah.
course. But
It's a good trip. Yeah.
before we carry on, let's just get on with a halftime break so you guys can just continue drinking or grab a breather. So
No
some
problem.
messages. We want to remind you guys to remember the Globally Ballin Network. So do check them out for your original content. Head to globallyballin.com for more. And follow us on social media. That's WTHAW Podcast. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And again, subscribe on YouTube. That's where you can catch our episodes live alongside with Facebook. And to add, if you're on the go, listen to Spotify anytime, anywhere. We are there along with our sister shows. Speaking of sister shows, we got Hang Time. We got SJ Belangel. These guys have yet to drop a game. So SJ Belangel of Ateneo guesting on the Hang Time podcast with Denise Dinsay. And we got Eliza Valdez for Mukbang with Jojo, of course. Great stuff from the news show on the network. And we have an eternity of basketball with my titos, Noel, Charlie Sid, JP Mercado, relive the golden era of Philippine hoops. And then we got our sponsors Shops to Go. Their branches are in SM South Mall, SM Bikutan, SM North Ed. So we got New Era. That's a cap I've been rocking in the UAAP games. Henluban Farms, Barrio Fiesta, Fuji Mama. We got Joji's Delights, Cookie Chum, and then we got Aqua Flasks from the Daily Ounce. And we got Cuts Apparel too for setting us up with our uniforms. So it's back to episode 98 with Charlie Beaton. So, ayan, Daily Ounce,
Daily
Aqua
outs.
Flask,
Daily
right? So,
outs.
time out, time out.
Yeah. While you drink.
There, this was a sponsored bottle. Thank you. So, all right, Charlie. So you had the stints in the Philippines. You've been here for some time, right? Just pursuing the dream.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
think you're
mute, by the way. Yeah.
Sorry,
Chasing the
sorry.
dream.
Yeah.
Sure thing. No thoughts on
Yeah, no,
chasing
I've been here
opportunities
since
elsewhere.
2014.
Yeah, been some time.
Okay.
Yes, I've been trying actually. It's pretty hard at the moment. I do have an agent in Australia, which Josh Godman, my old teammate, helped me out with. So
Mhm.
I am in contact with him sometimes. He's obviously trying his best to get me elsewhere, but um, beggars can't be choosers at the moment, especially
Mhm.
with the pandemic and clubs finding it hard to get money and all of that. So I mean, I'm obviously playing for Maharlika, obviously not getting a wage, but I'm trying to take my opportunity as much as I can, really.
Yeah, of course. You're still playing at a high level, and it's
Yeah.
promising what we're seeing with Maharlika. But am I right? You played for the U23, U22 Philippines, also, right? That's
Yes,
something big.
yes, yes,
That is
That's
big. Yeah.
huge. That's
Where
huge.
did you
yes.
play? Like what
Actually,
tournaments, friendlies? Yeah.
I played 3 games in Thailand um, for the AFC qualifiers, I believe. I think it was the Olympic qualifiers in
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
2015, I believe. We played against Korea, Cambodia, and Thailand, and it was a great experience, to be honest. Elsewhere, I played against Singapore and Malaysia. That's the picture right there in Malaysia,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and in friendlies.
Hmm.
But
So how was? Yeah.
it was a
Really
great
cool.
experience. It was an amazing experience.
This is under
Just be,
23,
to be
yeah?
able to, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be able to represent the country. Even if I had the opportunity now to represent the country, I'd take it in a heartbeat. I think most athletes would. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that was one of the main goals for me to come out here to
Right.
represent the country in somewhat way, even if it was under 23s or any level,
Hmm.
especially doing what I love, which is football. So I'm still it's still a very a proud achievement for myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Great
Yeah.
stepping stone for a career too. So how different is it, right? So from England or UK, you go to the Philippines. That's an adjustment. But representing in the Philippines against our regional neighbors, how is the style of play different? What struck you? How are things different?
Um, in terms of that difference to England
Playing? Playing
Yeah,
style?
yeah.
playing
Overall,
playing stuff.
yeah.
Okay, well, I noticed in Asia it's a bit more. It depends, I guess, who you're playing for. Really, I mean, Thailand were a very technical team. They could move the ball very fast. I'll be honest with you. We played against that Jay Chanatip. He was,
Chanatip, this is
yeah, he
Songkrasin.
was,
Oh, the guy's
yeah,
a
yeah, he
killer,
was,
man.
he
Yeah.
was, he was a level. Not, I can't lie. We couldn't get near him. And I was just
Wow.
thinking to myself, this guy could literally play in the Premier League. He was that good.
Oh, wow.
But it depends, really. I think England is a bit more physical, a bit more technical. But in the Philippines, I noticed everyone's very fit. Filipinos are very fit. They're quite very sharp, very strong, and fast. Very small as well. That's why I don't really understand why we're a basketball country. If I'm going to be honest with you, but that's a different topic. But I think the physicality in terms of sharpness, Philippines were very very physical. Um, but I think in terms of tactical and maybe just game of technical awareness, I think especially in the PFL, it could improve if I'm honest. That's
Mhm.
that's the only thing.
But the way you describe Philippine football, could you say it was like that also, playing in the AFC U23 and international friendlies in the U23, or was there
Mm,
still a difference?
there was still a bit of a difference. Yeah. I think that especially Thailand and maybe Malaysia, that I think they're a bit ahead of us. But I've always said Philippines that we're a rough diamond in the dirt.
Yeah.
I think if we nurture this sport properly and maybe market it in a certain way, I mean, Filipinos. I think we're built to play football. I mean, we're small, very sharp, and I just think if we can nail down the grassroots and coach the kids to do the right things and make the right decisions, um, we're gonna thrive because there's a lot of talent in the Philippines at the moment.
So this is you, huh? This is under 23. That photo. Sorry.
Yeah,
There
under
you go.
23. Yeah,
All
under
right.
23.
So
Yeah.
so your mom, obviously you pay tribute to your mom a lot. You got the Yancy, and then you put in her tattoo.
I love the
Yeah.
tattoo.
She's Filipina. How was it
Hmm.
listening to the Philippine national anthem on your first under 23 match? Right.
uh, Actually, me and the newbies were me and Jarrell at the time, and
Okay, that's a lad with
I
you.
remember, yes, I remember Coach Noel Maikaida.
Yeah, Coach
He
Noel.
Yeah,
challenged
no,
he
Coach
challenged
Noel.
us. Yeah, Coach Noel.
Yeah.
Every I believe every time we had dinner or lunch, we'd have to tell him the next line of the national anthem. We really had to we really had to study it.
I love it.
I know it a bit, but it's not. I'm not too great with it, to be honest.
Yeah. But listening to it, like, oh gosh, I'm representing the Philippines. I'm
Yeah.
representing
Oh no.
my mom. The home, country.
Oh yeah. No. It made me very very proud actually. It was a great experience. I mean, there in Thailand, it was such a great experience. Honestly, I had so much fun, and to be with the players that are still playing now,
Right.
it makes me actually quite proud to see how I've developed. And I mean, I look at Josh. Josh, who's playing in Thailand now, and Curtis at United playing in the Champions League. I mean, it makes me proud to see that, especially some of the teammates I had, because we also had a very good team. If I'm
Mm.
to be honest, if we had the management, like the management right now for the under 23s is very good. I mean, the coaching staff is very good. Also, I think if we had that kind of blessing and that kind of um, coaches at that time, I think we would have thrived as well.
That's
Okay,
in Thailand, is it?
it's the U23 stand. I
Yeah,
think so with the font at the back of the billboard.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So two of your buddies again. Okay. So Josh is like your adopted London lad. Because
yeah,
again,
he
he's
he's
from
was
Australian,
the
Southampton, right?
right?
But
he
he's
was
Australian. Adopted.
yeah
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he
Yeah.
was he was the plus one.
Oh, he's a
Okay.
plus one. Oh no. Oh, poor guy. Aussie.
Yeah. I mean, it counts, right? Those countries have links.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
the neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
when it's
neighbors.
a queen's birthday, it's a
Yeah,
holiday.
there is a holiday.
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah, when it's a queen's birthday, it's a holiday also in Australia.
Right.
So they still bow down to the monarchy.
Something
So
like Commonwealth, right?
yeah, it's Commonwealth. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Commonwealth. Yeah.
There's
Commonwealth. Yeah,
some history, geographical
that is
lessons
correct.
right
Yeah.
there.
There you
Yes.
go.
So let's take it back, present day, Charlie. I
Mm-hmm.
think you still got some games left
Yep.
in the Copa
Yes.
with Maharlika.
Yes.
What
This
you guys
Thursday
have to
actually.
do, right? We know it's hard work, but what do you have to do to pull this off and make it to semifinals? That's what's next, I think, for all teams. They gotta make it at least the semis to get the trophy.
I think I think what we need to do is just keep believing. In terms of the camp at the moment, I think it's a bit up and down. Um, Also, a lot of our players at the moment are still very young. A lot of them are not very experienced. So it's down to players like myself. I mean, you could class me as a senior player now, which sounds a bit weird. Not weird, but Um, but
Come
yeah,
a
it's down
long
to players
way.
like myself. Yeah, it's down to players like myself, and just to make the group keep believing. Really, I still believe we can make top four and make it to the semis. But like I said, it's down to every single one of the boys. I mean, we have to keep believing, like we do in every game. Keep fighting until the final whistle, and I still think we have a good chance, despite losing three of our games at the moment. But um, if we keep fighting and showing spirit and basically believing in each other and being professional about things, we can make that semi-finals. I believe anyway.
So that's a big load, but there's a lot of optimism. Big load because you're now a kuya, so you have to carry that extra baggage of mentoring
Oh
your
Yeah.
goodness,
teammates,
yeah.
right? So I guess there's some connection
Yeah.
with the youth coaching that you're doing, kind of,
Yes.
giving those
Yes.
younger guys that extra push, right? So they can find
Yeah.
you for that great through ball down the wing, right? I mean, that's where you
Yeah.
play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly that.
All right. So, okay, Claudia, I think we can get to, before we get onto the ending questions, right? Let's get ready. So, Charlie, you mentioned it. You want to go to the bigger leagues,
Mhm.
and I'm sure you want to, and you expressed your willingness to play for the national team, and you know you'll take that opportunity if you're given it. On your end, though, what do you have to do? I mean, we just spoke
Okay.
about your team earlier, but
Yep.
what do you, Charlie Yancy Beaton, have to do to
I
accomplish
think
that next step, in your
The
I'd,
goals?
next level.
yeah. Um, I was actually thinking about this the other day, to be honest. I just need to. I think I need to keep a level head. I know sometimes. I mean, you could be your own worst enemy at times. I'm sure everyone would agree. So I think I need to keep a level head and just keep my head down, keep working hard, and keep believing in myself. Really, like you said, I'm quite experienced in the local scene. I played for a number of teams. I played under a number of coaches. So I think believing in myself when not many other people will believe in you. I think that's one of the key things to keep going because I've always believed in myself. So that's one of the reasons I haven't even quit or I've tried to go back to England yet because I know I can still play here at the highest level and even maybe somewhere else.
Always a major key. Believing in yourself, of course,
Hmm.
especially when things get rough or if there's people who continue to doubt you. Right.
Especially, it's a
So,
mental game. It's a mental
of
game.
course,
Yeah,
right.
it's
Real
very
big.
very mental game.
It's very
Hmm.
mental game.
Not just the
Um,
running, not just the dribbling and all the
Hmm.
extra work on the pitch. There's
Hmm.
that big thing,
No,
right?
yeah.
You said you were
yeah.
thinking about
Uh,
that.
that's I always say to the boys, of course, work hard in training is one of the main things. But I always tell them like I'll have a laugh in training. I'll laugh. Sometimes I'm a bit serious on the pitch. Maybe I'll moan a bit. But when it comes to game day, there's I always say there's always a switch in the back of my
Yeah.
mind, and it's time to go to war. So I think
Right.
it's that kind of mentality because at the end of the day, training is training, but everyone's gonna remember what happens on game day.
Hmm.
It's true. It's
Right.
true.
Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna remember what happens in game day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the
Oh, wait,
questions.
I have one more question
Addition of
before we go. Yeah,
okay.
you said you were early in the show. You were saying that you're a coach, coaching young kids. Uh, what is
Yes.
it that you want to instill, or you know,
Um, I
to the kids
think,
nowadays?
yeah, I mean, like I said before, I said Philippines is, they're a rough diamond in the dirt at the moment. I think if of course, the ASCARs right now, there's a lot of big players there, a lot of players playing abroad, but I've always believed that it starts with the kids, it starts from the grassroots. If we can, coach the kids properly and teach them the right things and do the right habits, um, the the future is going to be very bright. I mean, if you look at the under 23s now, um, there's a lot of talent there, and you can, for me, in my opinion, you can see the improvement in young talents over
Right.
the years just because of the coaching. I believe the coaching's got a lot better here. Especially there's a lot of big coaches here that running academies and running them very well.
Yeah, there's a
Right. A
lot.
lot of
I think
development, right?
yeah,
A
a
lot of
lot of
development over
development,
the
a lot of
years, yeah.
yeah, and the
Yeah, it's a
academies are
lot.
also growing. Huh? Kaya
Hmm.
got the Kaya
Yeah,
Academy, got the G. There's so many places
there's
where
a
these
lot.
kids could actually
Yeah, and it's also
learn.
it gives like I said, like I said before, I was very blessed to have very good coaching and being around a culture where football was life. And I
Right.
think these academies that are coming in, like the Makati FC, Loyola, Kai FC, GA, all of these academies giving the opportunity to the kids is a very very important thing because you need to give the kids that opportunity to play. Because at the end of the day, if you can make them interested in the sport and fall in love with it and want to pursue it, then that is the biggest bonus that you could actually have as a coach. Because of course you want to teach them the right things, but to get more kids interested in football, I think that's what football is needed right now, especially here in the Philippines.
All right, well said. Well said.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so let's get to the beginning of the end, right? Let's get on with our questions, Charlie. So, Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Or where do you imagine yourself? Where you dream? Yes, we kind of touched on it, but
Yeah,
where
10 years
exactly?
from now, I think I'd still playing. I think still playing at the highest possible level I can, even if it's here or somewhere else. But obviously, still coaching on the side. I can still see. I mean, what, in 10 years' time, I'll be 37. Maybe retiring, but depends how my body feels really.
Uh huh. Right.
But I still I wanna be playing at the highest level possible for as long as possible as I can.
Mhm. So it depends, I guess, if your top speed still stays unchanged
Yeah,
after
yeah.
10 years.
I mean, you got players like, I mean, Shoki's he's not the youngest, but he's still on his top game. So
Yeah.
you know, I can look up to players like him and still think I can play in 10 years time. Okay, why not? I mean, look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He's 37 right now and he's playing. You just have to be a bit um, determined and very professional about it, really,
Mm-hmm.
and also very what's the word? Dedicated, really.
Dedic. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Passionate,
Yes.
maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Claudia.
Ah,
On to
my
you.
turn. Yep.
Spill Papa
Okay.
Beast.
So, I could no, I could go on.
Okay.
How is it like? After your 10 years, after you retire, how would you like to be remembered?
Um, I think to be remembered,
Your
just
legacy.
Speed
yeah,
Flash.
really to
Speedy Flash.
no, of course I want to be when it comes to the end of my career, of course I would like to be appreciated for what I've done for the game, but
Mhm.
also just to be known as that player that never really gave up, despite you know despite anything. That's it, really.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right.
Sorry, so the guard was talking to me. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
That's all
Cool.
right.
That's cool.
sorry.
Right. All right. So this question here is, I think it's inspired by Papa B. Right,
I think he's
Claudia?
gonna be moved to a to a.
Yeah. To another spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's make it quick.
No, no,
Yeah.
The-
Okay.
no. It's fine. It's fine. He was saying that they're gonna turn off the lights soon, but I said just give me like another 20 minutes or so. They
Yeah.
said it's fine.
All right.
Great. So this question is inspired by the late Papa B, of
Yep.
course. That's how he left. One small way he left his mark with us. What would you say to your younger self? Let's be specific. Maybe to your 12-year-old Charlie Beaton. You
Um,
you right now, you get to travel in time,
Mhm.
ride that car and Back to the Future, time travel. What will you say to the 12-year-old Charlie Beaton?
I would I would tell him to keep going. You're on the right path, but be wise in your decisions, especially the smallest decision. Even to the smallest to the biggest decision, just think about what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Right.
That's it,
Okay.
It's
really.
it's in the details.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there, right? Okay. So we're gonna wrap up the formal conversation before we
Ooh,
get to
this is
the
the
draft.
excited part. I'm
Yeah.
really excited for
Okay,
this.
Charlie,
I'll get my phone. I'm
we
gonna get my phone out now.
yeah,
I got
but
my
yeah,
list
but
already.
to wrap it up, we will give
Oh
you the
yeah, yeah.
floor to say hello to your fan club. A lot of people in the comments,
Okay,
family, friends. Yep, the floor is yours.
okay. Give a shout out to the Maharlika boys. Obviously, I know some of them are watching. Um, give a shout out to my friends, Jero, OJ, Kurt, and Josh, um, and Alvin, of course, the OGs. And I'll shout out my roommate as well, Ryan Jarvis, who's watching.
All right.
Cool, cool.
Okay. So I think that does it for the formal conversation.
Yes.
We're not gonna thank you yet, Charlie, because we're not yet done. We're gonna get
No, no problem.
into our final segment just to cap things off. I actually don't know if I have the slide for the draft because we weren't so
I,
sure if we were gonna have it. Yeah.
that's okay. That's
So
okay.
we got our who the heck are we? What a draft.
There you
Okay,
go.
that's the beginning. Best
Yep.
restaurants Wherever.
Wherever.
Kahit saan. So just name it.
Saan.
Name your top 5. No repeating. So, Charlie, the honor is yours. First pick,
Uh,
it's Snake. So
I
get
think
it.
we
Don't
already
say it,
know.
I'm gonna steal it.
Okay, my number one pick is Nando's.
Nando's. Okay. Hold up. I need to adjust. Okay, Claudia, next pick.
All right. Mine
Claudia,
is
yeah.
okay. Mine is all right. It's a charcoal chicken as well, but it's different, right? So mine
Okay.
is from Sydney. Since I lived in Sydney for 10 years, it's called El Jana, or
Oh.
they call it Char Grilled Charlie. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Oh,
El Jana,
interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? El space Jana,
Tama.
J A double N
Double N. So
A
what is that
H.
again? That is on my
Uh,
list of things to try in the future.
yeah, it's a charcoal chicken.
Okay.
El Jana with an H
Okay.
in the
Teka.
end.
Wow.
And
At the
A
end.
Jana. Eh?
Jana,
Okay. Okay.
Jana with an H
Sige.
in the end, and then slash char grilled Charlie.
Is that like the same thing? That's why hence the slash?
Yeah,
Hmm.
char grill. No space.
Okay.
I'll fix it. Yeah, char grill and
There
no
you go.
ed, no ed.
Char grill.
Yeah, char grilled Charlie. There you go. So
Okay.
those are
It's like the same
one is
thing.
one is in Granville in Sydney, and the other one's Annandale.
Okay.
Okay, Carlo.
Sige. Now, wow. Hirap na kagad. First pick, and I'm already like, man, I gotta get it. And I will name our sponsor, of course, for supporting us. We got Barrio Fiesta. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Barrio.
Mario Fiesta.
Okay. I'm going for it. Damn, this is tough, huh? In and out.
Oh,
Wow, you
wow.
actually have a fast food restaurant in
Fast
your
food,
list.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have fast food actually.
I don't
Man.
You
do
don't, you
fast
don't.
food.
I gotta go for it because there's none yet in the Philippines, so it's more
Okay,
special.
fine.
You know.
Okay, mine is
Okay.
it's still in Sydney. It's Famish, Phamish.
Wow,
It's a
it's crazy. Yeah.
Vietnam. Yeah,
Well,
PHA. It's a
what-
Vietnamese.
oh, is it Vietnamese?
Yeah,
Nice.
Famish.
I do like a bit.
Phamish.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
Okay.
That's in it's in the suburb called Darlinghurst, Liverpool Street. Yeah.
Yeah, it says they have in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Famish Vietnamese. Yeah, you could put.
Vietnamese, to be exact, right?
Yep. Okay, number two.
Don't get me started on my banh mi.
No,
No,
banh mi
there-
is very good.
Yeah. Okay, Charlie, back to back.
Okay, my second pick is Coco Ichibanya.
Oh,
Nice one.
I like Coco Ichibanya a
Oh,
lot. The
man.
curry sauce is amazing. I actually had it the other day.
Okay.
And
Has a lot of rice. Yeah.
yeah. And my third pick, it's I'm not sure if you guys heard of it, but it's actually one of my ex teammates. It's his uncle's actual restaurant. It's a restaurant. It's in Uptown BGC. It's called Salvador Kumo.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Salvador
Japanese
Kumo, yeah.
Italian. Yeah,
Salvador
Japanese
Kumo, yeah.
Japanese Italian restaurant, and the food there was amazing.
So was that Salvador?
Salvador Kumo.
CUMO.
CUMO. Yeah.
Kumo. Okay. Claudia, round 3.
Okay, this is Italian. Caruso.
As in Alex Caruso. Bald
Caruso.
Mamba. Like that?
Cruso. Italiano.
Okay.
Italiano. It's Caruso
It's
Italiano.
Italiano. Okay. Okay. No bald mamba. Gosh, I forgot the other place I ate in. Oh my gosh. Where's that other place? Wow. In and out. I haven't had it in a while. Chick-fil-A.
Oh my
Ooh, I've
god,
never
it's
tried
all
that actually.
all
It's the
fast
stuff
food,
it's
dude.
the stuff you can't reach.
It's horrible. What if you cook it yourself?
It's the stuff you can't reach. If I had my way, I want the Palma Buhay Lounge, but that's not a restaurant, right?
Right,
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 man.
right.
What's that ramen place in Molito? Forgot the name. How can I
Ram,
forget? I'm there with friends.
Karuda? Not Karuda. That's a
No, no.
uh,
Yushoken.
Yushuken.
Yushoken.
Okay, there you
There
go.
you go. There you go. That deserved a higher spot for me when you think of like restaurants. Other than Charlie, two
Me,
straight
Thai People's Palace.
Naples Palace.
What's that then? I've never heard of that one.
Thai
Yeah.
Oh,
restaurant.
Thai,
food.
nice.
It's
Yeah,
very
I like
good.
Thai.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
My pick is going to be it's another one in BGC that I like to go to. Din Tai Fung. I
Then
think it's
Oh
very
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's
Yeah,
always
that's
Yeah,
a
good.
line there, and then you
Yeah, yeah,
cross, and then you hear that
yeah,
deep
it's a big
voiceover
line
saying
there.
it's your turn.
yeah. That's a good
Right.
one. That's a
Yeah,
good one. Yeah.
and my fifth pick is going to be a Japanese place called Nihon Bashite. Bashite,
Hey.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good. What the one on
yeah,
Arnold's having. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
one.
Very,
Gosh,
very, very nice. Yeah, very nice Japanese place.
Mm-hmm.
very
Me
nice.
and Marty actually go to that a lot, so very
You
nice
go
there.
to
Yeah, it's
yeah.
our go-to spot actually.
All right.
Okay,
So
last pick.
since Claro got my Barrio Fiesta as my Filipino, um, let's see. I'm thinking if I should go Japanese or go to one of the sponsors who's also my friend. She'll kill me if I don't get it. Fujimama, which is also Japanese.
Sponsor pero fifth pick, grabe
Fujimama. I love
Last
it.
pick yung
But,
sponsor.
but,
Ako
but it's
first
really
pick.
good though. Fujimama is going to be good, and Charlie, they might have a stall in the PFL in the Copa in Carmona.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I have to
I'm
try
telling
that
her to
out.
put. You're gonna tell her to put a stall.
Yeah, I have to
Takoyaki.
try that out then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like takoyaki.
No, this,
Actually, in the bubble, do you remember the bubble, the
yeah,
2020 season?
yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys are you probably are familiar. They're very familiar names. David Bassa and Jerry Barbaso.
Yeah, your teammates,
Because David
Maharlika.
Bassa, yeah. So Bassa had like a side business of takoyaki. So I remember walking into their room, and Jerry would be in his apron, with no top on, just an apron, and Bassa as well. And they're just like cooking the takoyaki, and I'm just like, can I have some, please? Yeah. And like they would sell it. They actually sold some batches in the bubble.
In the-
Oh my goodness!
In
But
the
this
bubble, yeah.
Fujimama,
It was,
this one Fujimama
yeah,
takoyaki is awesome.
yeah,
It's so good. It is. It is.
yeah. I'll have to try it out for sure.
Yeah.
I do like takoyaki also actually.
We'll send them. We'll send it to you.
Mm,
They're our sponsors, so
nice,
we
Mhm.
get some
nice.
goodies for free, and then
Yeah,
we can
me.
send it to you. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna bounce off Charlie's cuento, but I'm gonna name my last pick already before I forget. Okay. Cafe Mediterranean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's a
Cafe
good
Med.
Cafe
there,
Med.
yeah.
That's a
Mm,
good
So
one.
it should be
mm.
higher, right? I went for the fast food overseas because you can't reach it.
Yeah,
So I went for
you
it.
can't
Yeah,
reach it.
yeah, yeah. So I know. I just wanted to ask Sirte, your cuento is there apron with no shirt under. Is that something with the Maharlika team? Because right, I don't know. Enrique,
It's,
Enrique's your teammate, right? We went to the same
yeah.
school, right? We were batchmates, and we had to do this cooking thing,
Oh gosh.
and we had uniforms, right? So we were doing like Korean food in my group, and then Enrique's food is doing Indonesian, and then the group leader
Mm.
goes, "Guys, for our uniform, let's wear an apron with no shirts under." So they did that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm not so
High
sure if
school
it was a
things.
thing, but I just remember who was it? Anton was telling me, yeah, they're cooking takoyaki, and I was like, no way. So I knocked on the door. They answered, and it's just Jerry with his apron on,
Oh my
Yeah.
flipping
goodness.
the takoyaki, and I'm just like, wow, can I have some, please? It's so funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Like
god.
in the
Uh,
hotel room, and they plug the
They
thing,
allowed you to
the
do that?
cooker. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Actually, the bubble was very funny, and it was quite fun. Actually, very fun.
It seemed
A
like,
new
yeah.
experience. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
very
it's
good experience. Actually,
unheard of until COVID, right? Starting
Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
very
NBA.
unheard of.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
unique experiences. Let's hope we don't have to do it again, right? It's tough
Oh
for
god, I
fans.
hope
Yeah, no,
not.
no thanks, no
No,
thanks,
no,
no thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
let's not do that
Unless
again,
you're
man.
locked up in Disney World like in the NBA, and that is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
still, you don't
that's an
wanna,
I
exception.
think I think the only downfall for me with the bubble, of course, I think the bubble was good because it was just everything was football. You could just kind of close your
Yeah.
mind off it. I think it was just the COVID test. For
Oh.
me, it felt like it got worse every time. Like it would go up deeper every time. So I didn't like that at all. But it was fine, I
Oh,
guess.
I'll have to agree. Tests feel worse now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just
yeah, yeah.
more pain.
We had to
Right.
get tested today for the PFF. We had
Oh
the
wow.
VOG. Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh wow. I hate it every time. I always want to sneeze.
But at least it gives you some peace of mind after you get the
Yeah,
results, right?
after.
So,
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Of course, 100%, 100%.
so like, oh,
So you won't say no to tests just so we find out for the sake of safety, something that
No,
we
no.
super
I'll always
value.
take
Yeah,
tests.
of course, right. It's just inconvenience that the oh man.
Yeah, just like, and you want to sneeze out there. But
yeah,
the feeling after is good, especially if you know, touch wood. I haven't been positive yet, so
that's right.
it's always good to have a reassurance.
100%. I agree with it. I agree with that. Yes. So that's the draft, guys. What do you think? You guys kind of went fancy, fancy. I went like, oh,
Yeah,
things I
you
want to
went
reach,
all
things I want to
you
reach,
went,
but I can't reach right now. It's been
you
some
went
time.
all like
Yes,
fast food, man. Like all, well,
most,
except for
most.
the last. No, the first. Oh no, no, not all, but you had two.
The
Yeah,
first, of course, is a sponsor. Yes,
yeah.
and it
Of
didn't
course, good.
force me to love him. Okay,
Oh, it's
in
good.
Barrio
Other
Fiesta.
correct and
Hmm.
Paras is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that does it. Right, guys. Great draft as always. Charlie, thank you for being game. Of course,
Thank you for
just
having
hope.
me.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
thank you,
Fun.
thank you.
was a pleasure. Yes, and we can't wait to see you guys back on the pitch in your
Yeah.
next game.
Hmm.
And all the best. So we'll just put you backstage, Charlie, and then we'll wrap up and we
Thank
can catch
you.
you backstage if ever. Yes.
Yeah,
All
thank you
right.
guys.
All right.
Our
Thanks,
Thank you
Charlie.
pleasure.
so much.
Likewise. Wow. Great one. So, what do you think about our episode with Charlie? He's continuing on the grind. It's been some time
Mm-hmm.
he's been in the Philippines. Great contributions to Philippine football. You know, and of course, we wish him all the best. We want to see them get that silverware in the Copa.
Yeah, yeah. I like their grit. I like Maharlika's grit. They're
Hmm.
tough. They're tough. And what I like about this interview was his tribute to his mom.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
two
right.
tributes in the
Yeah,
jersey,
yeah. The
and you have in
jersey
the
and
arm
the
sleeve
tattoo.
tattoo. Yeah.
That's amazing. And the fact that he's representing his mom's country is also something to look up to. No?
Of course. Yeah.
I
Charlie.
hope he gets more clubs in the future. He says he had an agent. Um, coming up,
Right.
so
I
let's
mean,
see.
you never know, right? You never
Yeah,
know, of course. But they have a season, so that's what Charlie
yeah, he
can
has to
control right
concentrate
now.
on. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Of course.
I
And
hope Maharlika does well.
we know he's always been locked in from the
Yeah,
get-go, being in a professional environment growing up in the
speed
UK.
flash. Yeah, speed
Yes.
flash. You call it speed flash? Is that
Speed flash, man. I mean, if Carson can just or Pat can just clarify with us if ever we got that wrong. So yeah,
speed flash?
yeah, and
Yeah,
speed flash.
yeah.
Okay, so he had the cooking in Maharlika, and then Quincy's the barber in the other side with ABP, right? So that's
Oh
cool.
goodness me! Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
let's try to get people from other teams. Let's find out. So that does it. Episode 98 in the books. Claro Manzano in behalf of Claudia Perrine. We will catch you guys next week. We got our guests lined up already. So
Yep.
peace out, guys.
Bye.